Welcome back, guys. Okay, so today we're gonna go over something very important, and it's about how to decide which combat sport to join. I'm just gonna give you guys like a small breakdown, so that way you guys could decide on which combat sports you guys would like to join. Okay, so first of all, one of the things that I always like to consider first is pricing. How much are you willing to pay, and how much money is available, at your disposal, right? So one of the things I always like to look at is the cost. Okay, so in some gyms, especially those big gyms that have household names, they're a little bit more pricey, a little bit more expensive because of the fact that more people want to be training with those athletes and with those trainers, so sometimes some of those things get costly. Not only that, certain martial arts require you guys to get certain equipment that's a little bit more valuable than, let's say, another combat sport. So for example, something like jiu-jitsu or judo, where you need gi, and other where you need gis that are probably get a little bit more pricey than, let's say, like a simple boxing gloves and wraps. So sometimes one of the first things you guys want to look at is the price, right? How much money are you guys willing to pay, and where you guys gonna put that money at? Like, you guys don't want to put your money in a gym that's not really gonna be all that great, and you don't be paying a couple $100 for a gym that's they're not going to teach you anything. Second of all, how much are you willing to pay for equipment or anything that is needed for you guys to actually compete or perform in these combat sports? And yeah, those are like two big components of pricing and money when it comes to deciding which combat sports to join.
Another thing you have to consider is what you want to do with the experience that you get. If you want to be say, for example, you want to be a professional fighter, then you may want to take the boxing route, because boxing is much more lucrative than MMA. And MMA also in boxing this is more dangerous. So if you want to, there's a lot of things you have to consider. It's how much money you can make and how your health is going to be affected. In MMA, I think it's a bit more difficult to join the UFC, because in boxing it's been around more. There are more boxing gyms, a lot better boxing gyms in any given area. And for example, to find a good MMA gym, it's kind of difficult to do it. And like you said, it's going to be a lot more expensive. So finding a good MMA gym can be more difficult, and also getting into, say, the UFC, which I think everybody is universally accepted as the best MMA organization out there. So the main goal usually is to join the UFC. And in boxing, there's Top Rank, there's Golden Boy, you have to make Mayweather promotion. There's a bunch of different promotions that you can make a lot more money than, say, like Bellator or Titan, which the B-level MMA events out there.
Yeah, another thing to consider is what martial art do you guys want to join? Because, for example, like, besides MMA and boxing, there's other organizations that are also whole tournaments. For example, like judo and jiu-jitsu. Yeah, so like you also want to consider what martial art is attractive to you, or maybe you guys don't want to end up with I guess brain trauma, or you guys don't want to take punishment to the head, or you guys simply just don't like being hit. Maybe you guys want to join, I guess, a submission art like judo or jiu-jitsu or some type of wrestling. So it all depends on what do you guys want to be comfortable doing. You guys don't want to get into combat sports, pay a bunch of money and not even enjoy it at all. And you guys just did it because I guess it was the most convenient to you. So that's another thing that you guys want to consider. What do you guys really want to do? So for example, if you guys want to compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments, look for a jiu-jitsu gym. If you guys want to do boxing tournaments, go for a boxing gym. If you guys like getting hit and you guys like hitting people, there's a bunch of striking martial arts: Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, and the list goes on. And if you guys don't like being hit and you guys just like to, I guess, grapple and throw each other and do all that cool fancy flippy shit, there's jiu-jitsu and judo and wrestling and all of that. So it all depends on what do you guys exactly want to do.
Yeah, I like a good point that say, like, grappling, basically we can break it down in two different categories: grappling and striking.
Yeah.
And most people who just want to do it casually and not want to, say they have a job already or they have a family that they can't take care of, they usually join like not so much wrestling, but more jiu-jitsu, which is more casual. It's not as tough as boxing or MMA, because you're not getting elbowed in the head. You're not getting elbowed in the head. You're not getting punched. In jiu-jitsu, I mean, you could be overweight, underweight. I mean, there's no discrimination in jiu-jitsu. Anything, it's a bit more expensive, but any type of person could enjoy jiu-jitsu. And MMA and boxing, you kind of have to have a focus, and you kind of have to have more. It's, how do you explain it? In boxing and MMA, there's more danger in and someone, usually it attracts a younger person compared to jiu-jitsu where you find more older people. So that's kind of the reason why you see more older people in jiu-jitsu and judo than you see it in a boxing gym or a kickboxing gym, because as older you get, your body starts to deteriorate. But in jiu-jitsu, it helps preserve it, and in other sports like striking sports, it kind of damages it more with the kicks and punches.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's just like, what do you guys want to do? What do you guys are willing to sacrifice? How much do you guys have to spend on these martial arts, and how valuable like the sports are to you? The beauty of all of this is that you have a variety of sports to choose from. You guys don't just have to stick to boxing and kickboxing like how it was back then. Now there's more gyms that include jiu-jitsu and judo and all these grappling arts. So at the end of the day, it's what you guys want to do, what you guys feel comfortable with, what you guys are willing to spend on these gyms and work with these trainers. So you guys also want to feel as comfortable as you possibly can inside these gyms. You guys don't want to make it seem like you guys always feel threatened, or you guys don't like the trainer. You guys want to be able to feel comfortable and like what you're doing. What's the point of doing something if you don't like it, if you don't enjoy it? So you guys decide on all these factors that we talked about today, and maybe you guys already know, you guys already have in your mind a perfect gym that's right for you guys. So it's all up to you guys.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, man, that'll be all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our little discussion. Hit that notification bell, that way you guys are notified every time we upload a new video. Comment down below, tell us how you guys would advise somebody to join a new combat sports or a new gym. So that'll be all. And if you guys want to follow us on our Instagrams, follow our Instagrams, the links are down below. So that'll be all.
Still broke now, I had little bros, we were hungry, but we had nothing. Just a couple of cents, went to the corner store and got some bread. Split it between us three, Mom's got home, I will leave, hit the streets. Downtown Los Angeles is where I be.